Imagine a world consumed by fire. A world where entire cities shook under bombs, where oceans became graveyards, and where millions of soldiers faced battles so brutal they changed history forever. This is not just a story of war. This is the story of survival, sacrifice, and unimaginable courage. Today we dive deep into the most brutal battles of World War II. The battles that defined the fate of nations and the lives that were lost in the process. It was June 6, 1944, a day that would later be known as D-Day. Under the command of Dwight D. Eisenhower, Allied forces prepared for the largest amphibious invasion in history. The target, Nazi-occupied France. The mission, break control over Europe. Before dawn, thousands of ships moved through the cold waters of the English Channel. More than 150,000 troops waited in silence. Some prayed. Some wrote letters they would never send. Some stared into the darkness, knowing what awaited them. Then the moment came. The ramps dropped, and chaos erupted. Machine gun fire rained down from German bunkers. Beaches turned into killing zones within seconds. At Omaha Beach, soldiers were cut down before they reached land. Bodies fell into the water. The waves turned red. And still they moved forward. Because failure was not an option. The German defenses under Erwin Rommel were powerful. Concrete bunkers, barbed wire, and mines covered the coastline. But the Allies pushed through. Step by step. Meter by meter. By the end of the day, thousands were dead or wounded. But a foothold had been secured. The Battle of Normandy had begun. And it marked the beginning of the end for Nazi Germany. Now shift your focus from the beaches of France to the vast Pacific Ocean. It was June 1942, just months after Pearl Harbor. The United States faced Japan in a battle that would decide control of the Pacific. This was the Battle of Midway. Japan, led by Isoroku Yamamoto, planned to destroy the American fleet. Their goal was clear: eliminate the remaining U.S. aircraft carriers and dominate the ocean. But something unexpected happened. American codebreakers cracked Japanese communications. They knew the attack was coming. On June 4th, the battle began. Aircraft carriers launched wave after wave of planes. Fighters, bombers, and torpedo aircraft filled the sky. At first, things went badly for the Americans. Torpedo bombers were destroyed one after another. Pilots sacrificed themselves with little success. Then everything changed. Dive bombers appeared above the Japanese fleet. Within minutes, multiple carriers were set on fire. Explosions tore through the decks. Fuel and ammunition ignited into massive fireballs. By the end of the battle, Japan had lost 4 aircraft carriers, a devastating blow from which they would never fully recover. The Battle of Midway became a turning point. The balance of power in the Pacific had shifted forever. Now we move to one of the darkest and most brutal battles in history, the Battle of Stalingrad. The city of Stalingrad carried the name of Joseph Stalin, and for Adolf Hitler, capturing it was deeply symbolic. In 1942, German forces entered the city. What followed was destruction beyond imagination. Buildings were reduced to rubble. Streets became battlegrounds. Every house, every room, every staircase turned into a fight for survival. This was urban warfare at its worst. Soldiers fought at close range. Snipers hid among ruins. Civilians were trapped in the chaos. Winter made everything worse. Freezing temperatures took over. Food disappeared. Supplies ran out. But the Soviet forces refused to surrender. They held their ground against relentless attacks. Then came the counterattack. The Soviet army surrounded the German forces, cutting off all escape. Trapped, freezing, and starving, the German army began to collapse. In February 1943, the surrender came. The cost was unimaginable. Over 2 million casualties. The Battle of Stalingrad became one of the deadliest battles in history, and a major turning point on the Eastern Front. From that moment, Nazi Germany was on the defensive. 3 battles, 3 turning points, 3 moments that changed history forever. From the beaches of Normandy, to the skies and seas of Midway, to the frozen ruins of Stalingrad. These battles remind us that war is not just about victory. It is about sacrifice. It is about survival, and it is about the human cost that can never truly be measured. History remembers the outcomes, but we must never forget the people who lived through them. If you want to explore more powerful stories from history, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because the past still has stories left to tell, and the next story might change how you see the world forever. Tell us in the comments which battle you think was the most brutal.